Okay, got some, it is medal racing today, medal racing. So what does that mean? The top 10 of each, the girls and the boys are going into the last day. Going to be battling it out for those medal, those podium positions. I think let's just keep that on the screen at the minute. I actually have a little bit of company joining me today. We have one of the best coaches, windsurf coaches in the world at the minute, joining me here in the booth, in the commentary. Alistair Masters, how is life?
Thanks, Rafferty, for the big sell. I think firstly, I'm not coaching in the medal race, so it might be an oversell, but I've had to deal with you, and I'm looking forward to helping you out today and explaining what is going on.
Good stuff, good stuff. Right, okay. I think we're going straight into the action for the quarter-final of the women. That is the start there, and off we go. In this heat, we have Netherlands 3, we have France 57, Israel 32, Norwegian 3-3-2, Croatia, Netherlands, and Spain, Pilar, and they're all cranking down that reach. Holy yeah, someone out the front is putting in mega stints here. We are straight into this action.
It looks like Palmer Cargo's on the top, but Sarah Venikers is taking the charge down the bottom. She's really pushing forward. Had a few hairy moments already. It's 20 to 25 knots. But it looks like she is leading into Mark 1 at the quarterfinals so far.
Pilar having a little bit of hunting going on there, touching down, but it's going and crossing in that first place. It's looking at Palmer in that second place, but in front. Oh, okay. Oh no!
Sarah Venikers has gone down, leaving Lillian De Guess in the lead, closely hunted down by Mina Mabek.
Right. Sorry, unfortunately had a little bit of a crash there, but that has allowed Sarah. No, Palmer.
Lillian is leading.
Lillian taking that first place in this race so far, but close behind her it is Mina, just behind, and then just above him.
We can
above
see
her is Palmer.
We can see how choppy it is. Obviously, the current is acting against the sailors right now on the course. So the waves are much bigger than what you see on screen. And so the girls doing a pretty good effort to get down and safely get down the course. Looks like one more's just gone down. I think it might have been Katie Psychochov just touched down and crashed. So, yeah, survival of the fittest.
Good grief. It's big win though today. Oh, another one going down. Was that Palmer? Oh no. Good grief. We can really see. Oh no, it wasn't Palmer. Palmer is still there. Bit of a dodgy jibe there though, but she's just trying to stay up on this foil and is doing well. I think she could be leading this race so far. Oh.
She may not be. There's, obviously the competitors split on the downwind, and someone has jibed out to the left-hand side as we look, and they look like they're coming in really strong. So we've got a close cross coming that might come into the screen shortly as they approach the gate.
Wow, but we are concentrating on Palmer Cargo, making her way down on this first downwind, and she is absolutely cranking. She's looking like she is shooting out a bit. It really shows how nuclear it is, but we just saw the screen, on that screen, Spanish flag, that is Pilar La Madrid also, and it looks like Pilar might have actually taken the lead in this. No, it's not. It could have been Lillian rounding this bottom mark. Who could it be? Who could it be? Oh, God, this is insane.
It's Helen Noesman that's leading right now. She's come in, bit of control, really using that control to drive her down and get her in the lead at Mark 1.
But it's looking like Palmer. She's actually gone off onto the left side, different to Helene and Pilar, who went out onto the right. Which side will be the right way to go? Here we are, and it is Sarah crossing our screen at the minute. She got back up very quickly, actually. She did have a bit of a crash at that first jibing mark. Oh, it's windy out there. It is really windy.
And in 6th round was Katie, and then Lillian is following her in now. We know this is the big selection for the test event for the Dutch teams. There's all on it for these girls right now, giving it everything they can.
Yeah, Ali. I mean, this race here. I mean, even this whole competition. This is a very important competition for everyone. A lot of decisions to be made here, ready for this test event in Marseille. But we've got some awesome conditions for this last day for the medal races.
It's been a big right-hand track all week, It's been all about tacking off and getting to that right-hand side and some control. And we can see Helene and Pilar are already out there. I think they're on the ley line, but they are going to be rounding this mark the other way.
Wow. Oh, I mean, looking at these shots, we can see how nuclear these conditions are. It is really survival of the fittest here. We have Helene and also Pilar on our screens at the minute. God, everyone watching right now, share this around. We've got some sick action going on. Mega holy moly moments already in this women's quarterfinal. First race of here in day 6.
The challenge will be, can they make the lay line, or are they looking to put down and go fast and roll each other? Who is going to put themselves in mark 1, in position number 1 coming into this mark?
But yeah, top two on our screens at the minute. Helene Noesmoen, our three times European champion, and could she be winning this race? Could she take this next, the 2023 European Championship title? We're going to find out. She's putting herself in good positions at the minute. That Pilar Lamadrid just to the left of her. Oh. Currently, to that finish mark, it's looking like Mina and Helene are in that top 2 position. Remember, only the top 2 go into this semi-final, so it will be a battle for that. But just behind her, we did have Pilar. She will be pushing as hard as possible just to try and get into that top 2 position.
We're looking from just below the finish, and that's Mina back sealing her place for the semi-final.
Mina got her place for that semi-final, but who will take that second spot? Helene did cross that. Oh, okay, it's Helene Noesmoen taking that second spot, followed by Pilar Lamadrid.
Pilar will be a bit disappointed with that, but nice to finish off the week with a 6th position. Palmer in 5th, and then in 6th was Sarah.
Wow, we've got some utterly awesome conditions here on this day 6 in the European Championships. Mina and Helene Noesmoen taking those top 2 positions in the quarterfinal of the women here.
Final 2 girls coming through now. Looks like we've got Lillian coming in for 9th, and then followed by Katie. Big kudos to those girls this week. It's been super damn windy. and they have thrown it about, being some of the smaller RSX sailors of the past. But they've shown some really good racing at a difficult week. Hopefully they can come with their heads held high.
Yeah, it really has been a pretty extreme week so far. I mean, we've had actually both extremes. First day, second day, and was it third day as well?
We've had 3 days over 20 knots. It's been full power. It's been really nice. Greece has delivered.
Yeah, and then on that fourth day, we did actually have the absolute opposite of mega light winds. I mean, it even completely dropped, so we had to cut racing a bit short on that day, but it was under 10 knots, wasn't it? We had some slalom action.
Yeah, this place, you know, Patras has been great so far. It's been awesome to see the sailing and to come somewhere different. It's very much it's the Garda of Greece. It's the kind way of putting it. We've had a lot of breeze, so we've got a northeast wind at the moment, and up to the east of us there's a load of mountains, and there's a bit of snow on them, and it delivers this cold wind very similar to the Pella in Garda. And then in the afternoons, or when it's been really hot and sunny, we've had a warm west wind, which delivers some slalom racing.
Yeah, right. So on our screen at the minute, we do have that top 6 of what happened in that quarterfinal. Remember, the top 3 don't race in this quarterfinal. The top 1 has a ticket straight to that final, and then the top 2, the second and third, have a ticket already into that semi-final. So here we have this top 6. Mina winning this quarterfinal, securing a place in the semi-final. Helene Noesmoen getting that remaining spot into that semi-final. Pilar La Madrid, she actually won this the first IQ Foil International Games here in 2023, but she is securing that 6th spot. 7th overall, finishing her competition. Palma Cargo in 8th. Salva Renicas in 9th. Lilian de Gus, and finishing off that top 10 for the whole competition, we have Kati Spichakov, Israel 32.
The girls have finished. It looks like the men's are slowly getting ready. I think we might have had a warning signal that's just gone off, so hopefully we're getting pretty close to some men's racing coming up before we progress into the women's semi-finals and push that forward.
Right, I'm just remember I'm reading the comments. I've got all the comments here. Hopefully everyone is having a splendid day, and I'm sure your day will be very improved by watching this. We've got some wicked action going on here. In the chat, I'm seeing everyone. Can you get a bit closer to the mic? You sound kind of far away. Okay, I've just raised the volume. Hopefully that's okay. Ali, do you want to say something to see if the volume's all right?
Yeah, I'm pretty quiet. Normally we're pretty blunt, but hopefully you can hear me. We've got one headset between us, but we're doing our best so you guys can see and learn as much about the action as possible.
Yeah, do let us know though if the volume's not quite right. If you want it a bit more or a bit less. Well, that is very loud. Maybe that's too loud now. Do you think that's too loud?
Let's see.
How does that sound to everyone? I mean, how does that sound? Do put it in the comments what you think, so we can get it perfect, so we can bring you the best live feed of this meadow racing day.
We're now getting ready for the quarterfinals. I'm not sure if they've gone into sequence yet, but we've got 7 men. They've had a tough week. It's been a fair bit of time on the water, some time in the protest room, but leading off for the top 10, we have.
So in this top 10, I mean, top 10 overall going into this medal race day. Leading into this 6th day, we do have Sebastian Kerdel. He's had a very good competition so far. Towards the end of this competition, he has extended his lead. He is 10 points ahead of everyone, so he does secure his place straight into that final. In second, Luc van Opsieland, Netherlands 55 in the semi-final already, followed by Kieran Badley. He also has a spot in that semi-final. But in the race coming up, the quarter-final, we have this 6, 4 to 10. Nicholas Goyard in that 4th position, followed by Gray Morris. He's the first under 21 at the minute. He is actually 19 years old. He's mega young, but he's doing mega sick in this competition. Now, first 21 overall.
Yeah, we've got, Gray's had an awesome event so far, and it's good to see some new nations coming in to compete. And then in 6th, Huey Yang Tak is following up that real Dutch takeover. They've obviously got 3 inside the top 6, and they will be looking for a medal today. Followed up in 7th, Sammy Sills, straight off his win at Palma and some top events in Lanzarote. He will be looking to kill it today. He's got his seat harness on, and we know he likes to go full send.
Yeah.
So hopefully he will push it.
Yeah, I mean, we certainly do. We have seen Sam go full send in some recent competitions. I mean, we did have a live stream in Lanzarote. He is a big sender. We do see him on the reaches, absolutely pushing to the absolute max. I mean, more often than not, he does come out on top on the reaches. He's super quick. Sometimes he does have a little pushing. I mean, maybe a few crushes just because he's pushing so hard. Although he will be wanting to put in a really good result so far. I mean, one day this week, I think it might be the third day, he didn't actually have the day he was hoping for. He did drop outside of that top 10, but he sorted himself out, he sorted his equipment out, and he's straight back into that top 10 in that 7th position. In 8th, Thomas Goyard. I was talking to him before the competition, actually. He was just hoping to have a good competition overall. He wasn't expecting, actually, to get into that top 10 position, but as everyone is doing, they're pushing as hard as they can and trying to do the best as possible. And he's actually inside this top 10 in the 8th position. 9th, Joshua Armit, all the way from New Zealand 59, and finishing that top 10, Nicolo Renner in that 10th spot.
They have gone into sequence now. You'll see on screen the yellow 3-minute, the course flag, the yellow IQ flag, and the class flag for the men has now been raised. So we are in sequence and counting down. Most of the sailors have headed off forward out of the line, heading up on port tack to prepare their run-ups and get their timings right.
Yeah, I mean, the medal races that we're doing at the minute, it does include, again, all points of sailing, so downwind, upwind, and reaching. We start off straight away, as we saw in that previous race, mega full power reach to start it off. Going into the reaching mark, we then go straight for a downwind. At the bottom, there is a gate. They can either go left or right, back upwind to the same mark at the top. They go back through the gate and finishing with a last reach.
They're coming back through now, so they're heading back. They've got less than 2 minutes to go, and they're setting themselves up for the jibe. Where are they going to position themselves, and what's going to allow them to really turn on the turbo? You know, some of the quick guys we're expecting in this one. Nico Goyard, one of the fastest men around on the foil. Sam Sills will probably unleash the beast, and then Josh Armit, who's been going pretty fast on the reaches as well so far.
Yeah, I mean, we do actually have some mega quick people. As you said, Nicholas Goyard, I think he's actually the current fastest foiler in the world. He has been on his slalom kit, on his Phantom kit, he has been pushing 40 knots even. But I mean, on this IQ class, they're still in this, especially in this wind, they are going extremely fast. On this top reach, they're pushing 30 knots, no doubt.
We've got, you know, good timings are all run by GPS time, so we have got our 1 minute coming up, and that is the black flag ready to come down. Most of the sailors should be jibing away. That's 1 minute to go. Okay?
Yeah, so we are looking at the start line of this first quarterfinal for the men here on the 6th and final day of the European Championships. That yellow boy at the bottom, that marks one side of the start, and that boat there, that marks the other side of the start. We can see that orange flag on the boat. What does that mean? That means that is the absolute line on the start. The yellow flag, that is their class flag. As it's only the yellow flag up at the minute, that means they're in under 1 minute to go.
We've got 25 to go now. The sailors are going to be coming in pretty speedy. They're going to be out of shot, and they'll be out, you know, through the other side of the shot in a bang. So we'll see where they're positioning themselves, who's going to take top, who's going to take the bottom, and who's going to be really sending it on the gun.
Yeah, I mean, they will be coming into view very, very soon. Just to our left, going speedy as to the right. And here we go.
Yeah, we can see Sam Sills has gone and won the pin. He's put himself out and forwards, and he's gone for it and pushed himself out there. Howie's up above him, followed by Josh Armit. Looks like Nico and Gray have been left out the back for dead right now.
Oh,
see if they can come back.
Look at that shot right now. I mean, the boat, no doubt, they are going full power, but these IQ sailors are absolutely razzing down this first reach. It's looking like Nicolo Renner, Italy 150, is actually in the lead going into this first mark. Just below of him, Sam Sills, he might have the inside line, but just above him, Howie, Netherlands 465 from the Netherlands, and rounding in first place Nicolo Renner, followed by Howie, Sam Sills just below of him, and then Thomas Goyard, actually France 3 just above there.
Yeah, really tight. It's obviously, we can tell it's super windy because no one's pumping. These boys are machines and really going for it. Nicolo's just set for his jibe. Is that an early jibe? Let's see. Okay, how he's kept going on, really pushing off, leaning on the kit, trying to go as fast as he can right now.
I mean, these guys, oh my, just look at this shot. This is sick as. I mean, Nicolo, he looks like he actually might have a very nice lead on here straight away. But, I mean, we'll see how it goes. We did see in that women's race before, a few were smashing down. They were having little explosions. But, I mean, here we are straight on this bottom mark. I mean, we don't have any interview. If we could go back to that drone shot, that would be sick.
Yeah, they're still heading down towards the gate, and it's awesome to see Nicolo in the lead. Obviously, that top start up at the boat really worked, allowed him to bear away and foot down. And super impressed with his performance, being one of the lightest guys in the finals right now.
I mean, there we are. It's looking like, maybe, is that could look like Nicolas Goyard, maybe taking the lead from Nicolo there.
Looks like he's jibed a little bit early, though. We can see from Nicolo Renner pumping down, trying to go as low as he can. You know, has Nico, oh yeah, we can see already, Nico's missed. Oh no, he's not. Nicolo overlaid massively. Oh, that's interesting. How he's going to lead round, he is going left, charging off where the leaders went last time, followed by Thomas Goyard.
Yeah, I mean, we did see a load going off onto the right, actually. Nicolas Goyard Thomas Goyard's brother going onto that right side. Nicolo Renner also going off onto that right side. He was leading, actually, at that top mark, but it's looking like Nicolas Goyard might have actually taken the lead so far. We'll see how it goes.
Small margins in this fleet. Sail 10 metres past the ley line and you're dust.
Yeah, I mean, in this racing, isn't it? The ley lines, all of these decisions are so important. I mean, not even meters sometimes. They're doing it absolute by the meter. But how does this wind change these decisions?
I think the windier it is, the more important that you're cutting down your manoeuvres, but also the accuracy. You know, you just can't sail too far because actually, when it's this windy, you're almost trying to survive. You can't sail low, you can't sail high. You've just got to sail that best survival angle.
No. That's it. I mean, these guys are really at the top of the game. Top 10 in Europe so far, but we also have a lot of people outside of Europe in this competition. This is a mega high-tier competition. I mean, this is almost a World Championships kind of thing because we have people all around the world, New Zealand, Australia, China, Japan, from everywhere, even Aruba.
Looks like Nico was well set there. He pinched out Nicolo and some of the other guys going right, and now he's headed off to the left to go and defend against Howie and Thomas.
Oh, it'd be interesting though. I mean, Nicolas Goyard was actually in the lead, I think, at that bottom gate. But we'll see. He's having a little check back, see what the course is. This is the thing about being in the lead. You can manipulate. You can control that fleet. You can control the people who are behind you if you're a good enough racer.
Yeah, really nice. You know, you can see how stable he is in his sailing. Obviously, his knees are flexing in and out as he's trying to steer the board over the waves, but the board is always canted and he's driving really nice upwind.
Oh, I mean, he's just making this look easy, isn't it? But he's absolutely cranking out there. What? I mean, I'm thinking it's 25 easy out there. What are you thinking?
I think we're keen to hype it up, but I think 24, 25 knots is probably about right now. It's good. It's fun racing. The boys are certainly pushing pretty hard, but we haven't seen those crashes and the bangs that we really want.
Oh, well, we never know. I mean, in this heat, it is all about that top two positioning. Remember, the top two do come into the semi-final. This is the quarter-final of the men on our screens at the minute. Who is rounding that top mark in first place? Nicolas Goyard, putting in some massive pumps, trying to make that ley line. How close will he be? Oh, who's that coming in now?
That's Nico going round in first. I think he's going to be followed by Nicolo, close behind, and then Gray Morris has got up.
Go, Gray Morris. Go, Gray Morris. He's in that third position.
Full charge. There's 2 through to the semis here, and those 3 have really extended.
A massive battle between those top 3. Not much separated them at all in that top 3. Gray in that third position. He will be pushing Nicolo and Nicolas as hard as possible.
Looks like the right was bad. Thomas Goyard, Harry Yantak, and Sam Seals really struggled. They are in the back 3. Coming around this mark.
Yeah, it's super hard out there. I mean, this place, it is a lot of current. There's a lot of switches. There's a lot of different kinds of winds out there, and you really need to pick the right side. Sometimes some people could say it's a lottery, but these all guys are extremely calculated and go the side that they want to go. But sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't pay off, but we'll see.
The challenge is really, it's a big challenge. Obviously, it's about going as fast as we possibly can on this kit, but it's also getting your eyes out. And I think we saw up that beat enough. Nico was looking around all the time, measuring where his competitors are, looking to defend, but also not minimise his risk.
Yeah, and here we are back at this bottom boy. We really that top three was extremely close.
Yeah, we can see them coming down. Nico's still leading, and he's followed by Nicolo. They seem to have extended on Gray a bit, and they're pretty solid. Now is just about, keeping the nerves under control and some safe manoeuvres. Not throwing it away now when you've done so much so well.
Nicholas Goyard rounding this last mark in first place, followed by Nicolo Renner in that top two. Gray Morris in that third position. He will be putting the absolute hammer down.
Can he do 30 knots on the final reach?
Oh my gosh, if we could only see that final reach, that would be so sick. I mean,
hopefully we'll flick to the finish line soon, and we'll see where they're going to be. We've had some super tight calls. It's been so hard for the race committee on some of these finishes this week. But yeah, Sammy, not good enough, mate. Let's keep pushing.
Thomas Goyard in that position, not quite, inside that top 10, and it's Nicholas Goyard followed by Nicolo Renner, top two spots. Gray Morris in that third position.
Gray locks in the 6th for the event, followed by Josh Armit in 7th.
If we could only have this shot.
The drone's back up.
Yeah, there we are. Sam coming across the line now, just behind him, Thomas Goyard, but you can see they are having their back foot out the straps at the minute. It is nuking.
Just managing to control the power and just get yourself down the reach dry and clean.
Good grief. This is full power, isn't it? Howie, Jan, Tak, Harry from the Netherlands coming across the line now.
Real shame for him. He sailed a great week and was obviously up in 5th place going into that medal race. So it can be quite a drop, but that's the format and that's the game. It's all about getting it right on the day in this final race.
That really is it. We can see all this top 10. This was the 4th place all the way to the 10th place, all in this race, and where they finished in this race decides their place over the whole competition.
Yeah. We're just there, all the sailors, they come across the line and they're now on their coach boats. The coach is there maybe to give them some a bit positive advice, help with the refueling, get ready for the next one. But they're also just waiting to see if there's any protests on the course. They'll have a minute now, basically, for any protests to go through if there was any that weren't dealt with by the on-water jury.
Right, so how does this on-water jury work out on this medal race series then?
So it's umpired racing is different to the normal, and it requires a lot of boats driving around the course really fast following. But generally it means that if there's an incident, the jury will make a decision and a penalty will be done straight away, rather than it going to a room later in a more courtroom-style environment. So if the sailors will raise their hand and hail protest and make the jury aware, so they can raise one of two flags, green flag if it's all good, or their red flag if they want to penalise someone to enforce a 360. There are some cases for redress here and extra protests we can do now, but it seems like all the coach boats are already driving upwind, ready to go into this women's semi-final. So yeah, just to rerun through the results.
But no, there we are. 4th and 5th getting those two top spots into that semi-final. Nicholas Goyard, he was leading the competition actually for a bit, so he'll be extremely happy getting into that semi-final. But big result there from Nicolo Renner. He actually came into this medal race series in that final spot, the 10th place. But that means he is really going to move up the results. Gray Morris.
He could end the day as the hero, Nicolo, that's for sure.
That's it.
Could get a medal at the end of the day. Put your name in the hat, and you've got a chance.
That's the thing with this medal race series. Anyone inside that top 10 can win this whole competition. And we can see Nicolo Renner coming in 10th, and he's already mega moved up the rankings. Just behind him, it was Gray Morris. He will be winning the under-21 European Championships here in Greece.
Yep. In 7th, we've got Josh Armit. Obviously a really successful dinghy sailor coming from lasers, and he's showing that, that tactical nous has been pretty helpful, but he couldn't get it together to qualify through. So he's in 7th, followed by Palmer winner Sam Sills in 8th, Really good season for him so far, so I don't think he'll be too concerned.
Just after him, it was Thomas Goyard finishing in that 9th position, and in 10th, it was Howie Jantak. If we could go back to some racing on the water, that would be very, very good. If possible, we have seen the banner, that's very cool, but the action on the water is a bit cooler. I am reading all got my eye on all the comments, so all 563 of you, welcome to the final, the Medal Race Series of the 2023 IQ4 European Championships. We've got some epic conditions out here today, so do get all your friends to join, get all your mates, share this all around, and we can share the stoke here. But yeah, if you do have any questions, put it in that in the chat, and I can have a little dabble in them. I can have a little read.
The orange flag's up at the committee vote, but not into start procedure yet for the women's semi-final.
I hope they change the medal race system. Seems like such a thing after a full week of racing. It is a very big talking point, the medal race series here in the IQ class. I mean, it is extremely savage sometimes. I mean, but the thing is, in my opinion, I don't know about your opinion, Ali, but it does make for some awesome action and some high, intense racing. It's good to watch. It is good to watch.
For me, yeah, is it fair? Is it fun? It's certainly exciting for us, and it puts a lot of pressure on that final race. All these sailors, they're working towards the Olympics. That's the pinnacle of our sport, and there's so much pressure at that event and on that moment. This race, you know, it's nothing compared to that. So it's all working towards. Much harder for the juniors and youths, but these guys are professionals and they can cope with the emotions of the win or lose style.
Yeah, I mean, myself, I do actually have some experience with this medal race format. I was competing in the IQ class myself. I was at the top sometimes. I was fighting for that medal race series, and it is savage, you know, for the races, it is savage. I mean, but for the people maybe further down the fleet, well, not further down the fleet, but like inside, further down that top 10, it does make an epic chance for you to really move up in that ranking. So it's good in some points and it's bad in other points, but overall, I think it's pretty cool, and this is what we're doing here in the IQ class, and it does make for some awesome racing.
Okay, and so now we're getting ready for the semi-finals. It looks like the 2 minutes has just gone for the start. Okay, so the girls' semi-finals are getting ready. First up into the semi-finals, qualifying was Mina Mabek, young 18-year-old girl just finishing her final studies at the moment, so pretty impressive to balance it. We've got the triple European champion also coming in, Helen Nuesman, and then qualifying straight into the semi-finals on their results this week. We've got, you know, windsurfer 470 sailor comeback foiler Shahar Tibi representing Israel, and Emma Wilson. You know, as a fellow Brits, we're aware Emma's had a pretty difficult week. There's been a bit of illness and some challenges, but she's got through and really excelled herself yesterday in that light wind course racing. Okay,
but coming up, the girls' semi-final on our way. We are inside the last minute now, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
a quick update from the course. We are now on 27 to 28 knots at the minute. That is big. That is very, very big wind. It is towards the top of this race. We have 4 in this fleet.
Okay, and the start line's pretty long here, so we can see quite a split in their preparation. Helen is well up the line. She's had a picture going towards the boat, and Emma's trying to control that pin position. They're really slowing and killing their speed, banging up and down, touching down, trying to slow down before they start, and then build to hit the line at full speed.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. We did see in that men's quarterfinal, we saw Niccolo Renner taking that pin end, and it did do him well. He crossed that first mark in first place, but in this girls' semi-final,
we've got less than 10 seconds to go.
Emma Wilson down the bottom, just above her is Rail 3, and then just above there we have Mina, but crossing the line now. Oh, is it a good start?
Is it clear? Is it clear?
Is it clear? Is it clear?
Clear start, we're on. Emma's had a great start off the pin, already squeezing up on some of the others and forward. Helen is well clear. Hopefully this allows her to sail her best angle to the mark uninterrupted and fear-free of the others crashing around her.
God blimey, oh, look at Emma. She is absolutely cranking along this
It's almost
reach.
like they're on the toilet. They're sitting so low right now. The squats are deep.
We saw Emma rocking that red bib. She did come into this day in third place. Just above her, we have Mina Mobek actually rolling Emma. Mina is putting on the afterburners into this first reach. Oh my
Full
days.
gas, properly sheeted in, absolutely sending it here.
This is big.
You got to stay dry though. That's the key. They're bearing away already, heading downwind.
Oh.
Can they sheet in and harness that power in the rig?
This bear away is one of the most sketchy points for these races out here, especially when it's this windy. You're cranking on at 30 knots on this reach, and then you cheat in all the way and head mega downwind.
It would be easy if it was flat, but it certainly isn't as they're coming up and down right now. Just got Mina that seems to have really extended out here forwards on this downwind.
Good grief. Right, okay, Mina in this first place position, putting in her jibe now. Top 3 on the screen, top 4. Remember, there is only 4 in this race. This race determines who's making their way into that final, joining Sharon in that final, but it also makes the top 5. So here we are, the top 4 all in this competition.
Really nice downwind from Shahar so far. She's sailing a really low angle, keeping quite upright over the kit, and actually she managed to squeeze down inside of Emma and jibe on top of her. So we'll see how they approach Mark 1.
Right. As a coach, how important do you think positioning compared to speed is in this type of wind?
If you're not fast, you can't compete. But these girls are certainly fast enough to be in this quarter semi-final.
There we are. You heard it. Speed is key. Speed is key. But I think it's also very much the skill, very much the technique in these conditions. Because, I mean, you can see even in this position here, the swell is big. Mina coming into this bottom mark, this gate. Oh, she's sheeted out though.
Oh, not hooked in. Come on. She's really got to crank the speed on. But she's trying to depower her sail so she can turn the board, cant it as much as she can, and aim upwind. It is so hard to drive this foil back upwind when it's this windy.
Right, yeah. In wide, out tide. In wide, out tide. Emma crossing in second place, followed by Shahar Tibi, and in that fourth place, Helen Noes-Moen, the 3-time European champion. She will be putting in the spins to try and move up those positions.
We've jumped back to where the results are right now, but you could see Emma was sailing a really nice angle. At that leeward mark, and that might give her the option to tack before or after Mina and make Mina get the ley line right.
Yeah, cool. We have seen that banner now. If we go back to that race, and it was really cool. Lovely. Mina Mobek leading this race, leading this girls' semi-final here in day 6 of the European Championships. She's cranking up wind though. She's absolutely cranking. Holy moly. Right, there we are. Helen Noes-Moen following up that top 4. She's actually putting in that tack a bit before. She's in that 4th place position, so in theory she actually has nothing to lose. She will be taking the biggest risks as possible to try and move up that top floor, trying to make it into that top 2 for this women's final.
Really about, should you approach that race and you're a little bit behind, it's about how am I going to attack, create leverage and separation to see if I can get that magic shift or gust of wind to pull me back up to the front of the fleet.
As a coach, what would you advise them to do in that position?
Just keep sailing fast and sailing control in these conditions. I think it's keep it simple and just sail your own race. Don't worry too much about it.
There we are. But yeah, I mean, as a racer myself, that can be quite hard sometimes when you're put under this amount of pressure. These racers are at the top of their game. They have the best mentalities, the best clear heads as possible. I'm sure there will be maybe a little bit of meditation going on, but concentrating here. Emma Wilson, absolutely cranking. Look at the position. She is sheeted in all the way, absolutely putting that body weight
really
all
nice
out.
And locked and driving the board upwind, but out of shot. Mina Mobek is killing it. She is going so fast. She is well upwind of the other girls right now. Maybe there's a bit more wind on this right-hand side, but she is flying. You know, the drone's panning out, and we'll see her come into shot.
Good grief. It's windy. We've got some awesome conditions here on day 6. But Emma Wilson, I'm not too sure where she stands in this pack at the minute. She's actually on her own going up onto this, up on their last upwind. Emma Wilson came into day 3 in 3rd place. So she'll be really wanting to try and get into this final. But okay, Emma just attacking before Mina. Top 2 in this position now. Mina just going over the top of Emma. Emma, you can see how these tacks actually slow them down a little bit, but these tacks are super important.
Shahar Tibi, right hand side was obviously good. She's managed to throw attack in just in front. That would be the perfect time for the foil attack, but that is not achievable in these conditions.
Yeah, I mean, we have seen the foil attack come into the IQ foil lately, but in these mega... Shahar Tibi having a little bit of a humdinger there. Just slapping down, but in first place rounding is Mina Mobek, followed by Emma Wilson.
I think Shahar, she really went to take the risk to attack inside and see if she could leave out Emma, but it looks like she got bounced out and actually ended up having a double tack, and that's allows Helen to squeeze into third.
Oh, we can really see how much pressure is on this. They are really finding every opportunity they can. We saw this perfect example, Shahar Tibi trying her luck, trying to tack a bit before and trying to make that ley line just, but it hasn't quite worked. Shahar Tibi in that 4th place position, maybe 5th overall at the minute. Helena Wesmoen in that 3rd place. 2nd, Emma Wilson, and in first, on this second last downwind is Mina Mobek.
The gap between first and second and third and fourth is pretty big here. So actually, for Emma and Mina, it's just about being safe on this downwind. They won't be taking any risks. They probably won't be looking to go set new top speed records. Yeah. They're just looking to be safe to guarantee their place in the final.
Yeah, no, cool little banner. Mina, Emma, then Helen, and then Shahar. If we could go back to the action, it would be cool. Be really, really, really cool. But they're all cranking down on their second to last downwind. Well, this is their last downwind. Second to last leg low. Mina Mobek on the screen at the minute, cranking down to her last mark. How will this jibe go? I mean, she will be trying to keep as safe as possible.
Round smoothly and safely, and ready to just take that final reach to the finish.
Norway 3-3-2 leading this women's semi-final here in the medal race series on day 6 of the European Championships. She's got a healthy lead on here, and rounding in second, that is Emma Wilson. Emma Wilson in the 2nd place.
Seems like the young guns have got it here. The two young girls are really setting setting the pace in this race and leaving their older, more experienced sailors slightly behind. It looks like we've had a bad crash there. It looks like Shahar's gone down and it might be a broken baton. Not sure.
But Mina Mobek winning this semi-final. Mina Mobek is into the final of the women's fleet here in the European Championships. She is guaranteed a top 3 position. Oh, that's sick.
Coming in from 6th, such an awesome feeling to just guarantee yourself.
Yeah.
Emma comes through the line in 2nd, and she's also through to the medal race. And followed up by Helen, unfortunately unable to successfully defend her European Championships. Been a good run for her, and awesome result to pull back to 4th.
But she has moved up the rankings. Helen came into this medal race series in 9th place, so I think she'll be very happy with that 4th place overall, but not quite making it into that final. Shahar Tibi bringing it up the back. She put in an absolutely insane effort there. She did go for these positions, trying to make it into that top 2. But, at this elite level, things do happen. Some things don't go quite right. Israel 3, Shahar Tibi coming across the line now. Cool, blimey.
And all the girls, really nice. The hotel where we're running the live stream from is pretty close to the finish. You can hear all the girls down watching the finish and cheering their competitors through.
Yeah, no, it's a really sick sense of community in this IQ4 class. I mean, everyone's friends. Everyone's really trying to help each other out. But closer and closer to the games, everyone is really getting that high level, trying to get the gains over everyone else.
The margins get tighter, and people have to push even harder to find those final little percents. Certainly having watched the men's fleet racing this week, the level, what was a top 15 result or top 15 standard back in Lanzarote is now not even a top 30. The fleet is improving all the time in both fleets.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. If we could go back to some camera, anything would be cool rather than a black little screen. But good stuff. Right, so into that final, we have Mina Mobek and Emma Wilson. Emma Wilson actually last year she did come second. She was runner-up in the 2022 IQ4 Europeans. You know what she's going to want to do now? She's going to want to win this 2023 version. How did she do earlier in this year in her competitions?
Emma's had a really solid year. Won Palmer as well. You know, that was a big stepping stone for the Brits. It was the first step towards the games and that selection process that most of the countries are going through. And for Emma to lock that in and get a first there, she'll be looking to really push her, candidacy forwards to go to the games.
Yeah, she really has. I mean, Emma Wilson is one of the long-time windsurfer. She actually represented Great Britain in the Olympic Games in Tokyo. She came third. She did get the bronze medal there. She's one of the racers here in the IQ class that did come from RSX. She was an extremely good RSX racer all her life and on techno as well. But we also have a big range of people from different backgrounds here in the IQ class.
In the men's top 10, we saw four slalom guys, or 4 PWA slalom guys that have really shown themselves. And there's been the same in the women. There's been a few from the slalom. There's been a few that have transitioned across from dinghies. It's an easier transition than you think. This class is all about going fast, having fun, and really sending it. And once you're comfortable sending it, if you can get your eyes out, you'll be even better.
Yeah, okay, here we are. This is the men's semi-final. In the I don't think it's Kurdell because he's in the final. But let's just we can get this right. It is Nicolo Renner. It's not Kurdell. It's Nicolo Renner in this semi-final. Nicholas Goyard. Those were the qualifying positions. They qualified from that semi-final.
And they're joined by Kieran Badlow, Olympic champion, and Luke van Opseland. So the 2 Dutchies in there to make sure they get a medal here.
Yeah, no, that's it. I mean, these guys, they also have big windsurfing backgrounds. I mean, Kieran Badlow, he is our current windsurfing Olympic champion. He caught the gold medal in Tokyo. Also, we have Nicolas Goyard, France 465. He has been one of the pioneers of wind foiling as a whole. Actually, he's probably one of the first to wind foil in the world. He's also been pushing the speeds to absolute max. He's been pushing the equipment, developing all the equipment, and he's really near the top.
I think what we'll see right now. So we're waiting. I'm not sure if there's been a slight course reset, but we're waiting for the orange flag to be raised for them to go into sequence for the semi-finals for the men. So if you've got any questions listening on the live stream and you want to ask us, fire away. Get us some questions. We're more than happy to help and explain a bit.
We'd love to get as much interaction with good group 520 of you overall. Yeah, no, get put in some questions to interact with us. Let's see how it goes.
I think moving on from this event, it's certainly the circus keeps going. For a lot of these guys, they're going to finish this event in Patras, and then it will be looking to have a few weeks off before getting themselves to Marseille, doing a bit of time, looking with some venue, analysing the venue and learning some what the wind's like, what the current's like, and what make a difference on the race course. Then there's the Alliance Regatta in Holland. I think that's entry still open. There's a few guys with all the Dutchies in with the Alliance at Lelystad, and following in after that in June we have Kiel Week. So that's the events coming up in the next month for the IQs.
Yeah, no, we have got a big calendar here in this. This is the year before the Olympics, before the Olympic Games. So everyone will be working really hard trying to get those spots for the Olympic Games. Remember, it's only one per country. Well, one boy, one girl in each country. So it's extremely tight for these places.
Yeah, there's 24 places on offer at the games, and it's super tight. It's the smallest quota we've had, but hopefully it'll be the highest standard as well. And the first opportunity for these guys to qualify at the Olympics will actually be in Den Haag for the World Championships in August. Right, so there'll be 11 places available at that point, and then obviously the French are already guaranteed as the host nation. They'll be there anyway.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, for this, I've been talking to a lot of the teams around here, all the big nations, and this is a very important competition for this qualification for the Hague competition actually.
Noted, Hiddy. We will get closer to the microphone. Thanks for the feedback.
Yeah, I mean,
we're in a hot, stuffy room, and we don't want to get too close to each other.
If you see our setup right now, it's
Professional.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Let's call it professional. I think we're trying to be as professional as possible. I think that's
we're trying to make the most of it, and hopefully you guys can understand what's going on as a result.
Yeah, I mean, I do. Yeah, hopefully. Well, I mean, we're trying to bring the info as best to you as possible, but we are.
And looking through the binos, I can see the class flag is up, so we are into the start sequence for this semi-final, and we've got less than 3 minutes to go.
Gail Heathmap. This sport wouldn't be possible with no coaches and ribs. Well, Alistair Masters, as you are a coach, I think you have a good. What's your opinion on this?
I think the coaches will spend a lot of time out there on the water, and we're looking to refuel the sailors, but also to guide them and make sure they are as focused and as learning as much as possible. They'll also be there filming the starts, filming a lot of their techniques, so it can be reviewed later on. We can see that they're zooming in on the sailors now. They've come back through the lines. There's probably less than 2 minutes, and they're going to choose where they're going to jibe and set up for this start.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, the race doesn't start at the gun for all these races. We do have a 3 minutes warning, 3 minute countdown as I do race myself. It really does start before this 3 minutes. I mean, they are doing their whole pre-start routine. They're doing their timings. They're trying to get deciding where to start on this line, whether it's at the bottom, whether it's at the top. If there's any biases on the line, which means
1 minute to go.
Oh, 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go. This is the men's semi-final. So a quick recap: who is in this semi-final?
We've got Nicola Renner coming in from 10th, joined by Nico Goyard, who qualified in 4th.
And the two already qualified in this semi-final. Kieran Badlow, he came into this medal race series in 3rd place, followed by Luke Van Opsieland, his teammate. There might be a little bit of battling going on there, both teammates, but we'll see how it goes.
I think they've got about 25 seconds to go, don't quote me, and they seem pretty earlier on this start, really trying to kill and slow their speed as they approach.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, but if you do hit the line with full speed, full power, you can really push out. But we have Nicola Renner at the top of this line at the minute,
There's certainly a bit of weaving from the Dutchies, but they're all now slowly starting to foot down and really accelerate. Kieran Badlow's won the pin, and he's nicely forward there.
Just behind him, Luke Van Opsieland, both Dutchies on the screen at the minute. Nicola Goyard just above him, but Nicola Renner really putting down the gas.
The Garda boy is proving he loves the slalom and absolutely killing these starts.
He really is doing it. But Kieran Badlow, could he be in this 1st place position?
I think Kieran might make this. Nicola looks wildly out of control, coming up and down, touching, banging, cheating in and out. He looks all over the place, but he's going for it. He's probably a bit tired.
It's certainly working now. It's certainly working. Coming into this reaching mark now.
They are really tight.
In 1st place, just off our screen, there we are, Kieran Badlow in that 1st place, followed by Nicola Renner. Just behind him, it is Luke Van Opsieland, but just off the back of our screens at the minute, in that 4th place, it is Nicolas Goyard.
Yeah, they're really extending. Certainly no pumping. Luke Van Opsieland's already jibed, and I think that was pretty bad. He just jibed, and Nico Goyard had to bear away. So we might have a protest situation coming up for that jibe. Always got to make sure you look before you jibe. You never know what you're going into.
That is very funky business. Even in these extreme conditions, it is big. It's big safety.
It's rule of thumb, really, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got to be on it. You have really got to be on it. But it's looking like Kieran Badlow in that red bib.
Yeah, really extending. Nice low mode there. All the sailors charging on starboard, and he looks forward and in front of the fleet.
Yeah, he looks like he is actually controlling the fleet there. He is in a really, really good position. But it's looking like Nicolas Goyard. Has he got the speed over Nicola Renner there? Possibly so. Possibly so.
As we look at the techniques of these guys, that drone footage is awesome. It's really, you can pick up so much from watching it back as well.
Lovely.
You can see Kieran he's in the seat harness, so he's able to get a lot more low and pinned and actually just control the foil on that downwind and squeeze a little bit more speed. And he looks like he's squeezing round. Oh no, he's going for a jibe. Very casual.
Yeah, Kieran Badlow crossing this bottom mark in first place. Oh, not the nicest mark rounding.
Bit of a touchdown.
Nicolo Renner just behind, followed by Nicholas Goyard and Luke Van Optieland in that fourth place.
Interesting. They're all going in the same direction right now. And when are those guys in third and fourth going to split, looking to make the final?
But that's it. I mean, you were saying about the seat and waist harness. The majority of the races in the IQ class actually use waist harness. But we do actually see some of the guys at the top, Kieran Badlow, for example, also Sam Sills, using that seat harness. It is a slightly different way of sailing, isn't it?
It's certainly a different way of sailing. They're a lot more planted and a lot more able to sit down and control the power. But it's also what they're used to. You've got to remember that those guys, you know, Sam Sills, Kieran Badlow, they came from RSX and they did a lot of time on it. So they find it easier to drop back to that seat harness because, you know, those muscle, you know, motor neuron pathways are already set.
Well, that's it.
Really, we got some spread here. Wow, this
really
is crazy.
Do. Good grief. I mean, that's all down to these mark roundings. I mean, we saw Nicholas, it's Kieran Badlow leading actually. Didn't have the best mark rounding. It is...
No, but he's been able to go really, really high actually.
Yeah, he has. He's still in the lead there. Luke Van Optieland has put in the tack a bit earlier. Both Kieran and Nicholas Goyard putting in their tacks at the minute. Really sweet tacks. I mean, those were fully foiling in those conditions. It's big swell out there. How big do you think it is? Maybe a meter?
Yeah, probably a meter, but you've certainly having to make some big steering corrections to keep your ride height and avoid the dash.
That's it. I mean, these masts, these foil masts, the things going in the water at the minute, those are 95 centimeters long. So if you think about it, anything over that 95 centimeters, you do really need to start working that foil, keeping that height consistent on the foil. But you can also see how hard they're canting that board. They're really heeling over that board as possible. What does that do?
Yeah, the more you cant the board over it, it's flipping the foil that's normally working upright and helping you. Ooh. But then it's actually using the foil to drive you upwind more where you want to go, whilst keeping the wind holding the board down so it doesn't fly away and you lose control.
Right, no, fair enough. Does make sense. I mean, it's very similar positions actually. I mean, it's looking like who's that on the...
So they're approaching up towards the windward now, and you could see Luke obviously tack first and really bow forward and fast, but he's been left behind a little bit on the ley line. Nico Goyard had already tacked away with Luke following in. It'll be interesting to see where Kieran and Nicolo come out.
Kieran
really
is
tight.
Putting in those pumps in that red bib. That is Kieran Badlow,
and he's just trying to go as high as he possibly can.
Really
he's let off his outal already, ready to charge it downwind.
Really trying to pinch those guys out. But in that second place, Nicholas Goyard, followed by Nicolo Renner. We can see how many. And then Luke Van Optieland finishing in that fourth place. He will be doing all that he can to try and get into those top two spots. Remember, when you're in that position, you can make the risk, you can make those high reward risks. But on our screen now, Kieran Badlow and Nicholas Goyard cranking it down on this reach. No, they're downwind.
They're going downwind. They've still, yeah. We've got what this is. You know, this is a penultimate leg. They got this final downwind and then the short finish, and this is going to be a really tight finish.
Nicholas Goyard just putting in his jibe before Kieran. Kieran jibing after him. Was that the right thing to do? He will be really trying to control this fleet, trying to keep this first place towards the finish. He is in the qualifying fleet for that final.
You can see how he's really trying to soak his knees in, take his knees in towards the centre line, trying to soak his angle down towards the mark. It'll be interesting to see where they are compared to this ley line.
We see just off the back there, that is the jury boat following this boys semi-final. What does the jury boat do? If there is any protest, they make it, they're effectively watching it and they make it out on the course, so there's none of this waiting around. They do it instantly.
Making sure there's no misbehaving and dealing with it at the point, I think is the nice way of putting it. But yeah, super close. Nicolo's coming down. He's going for that jibe. Okay, so it's going to be really nice and tight on this mark.
Okay, Kieran actually keeping that first place. Okay, can we please stay on that drone shot? That
drone of this reach, they are going to be going as fast as they can. Who is going to twin strap it? Remember, who is really going to push that hard?
Right, Kieran Badlow actually maybe getting a little bit of lead. He is cranking down, really trying to keep that first place. Just behind him, to the left on screen, out of shot. There we are.
A few little touchdowns and bangs, and Nicolo is trying to go around the bottom. Will he make it?
But remember, Nicolo Renner was just out the back though. That top three were extremely close. Who will get these top two positions? Kieran Badlow on the screen, cranking down.
Oh, they're so close. Oh, it's a photo finish. I'm not sure.
Oh, holy moly! Good grief!
Kieran Badlow's in it.
Yeah.
Nicholas Goyard's crashed. The adrenaline's obviously just wiped him out as he goes over the finish line.
That was sick.
And I'm not sure who's got it between Nicolo and Nico.
That looked so close, didn't it? Holy moly. Right, okay. I mean, my immediate thoughts, that could have been Nicholas, but Nicola Renner was putting on the afterburners. Who took that third spot? Okay. Live result. Final results coming through. Who is it? Come on.
We're waiting. And then once these results are set, I'm sure we'll be straight up to watch this girls' final.
Girls' final coming up next. Yeah. Jonathan Aviram. Yeah, the girls' final is up next. We just witnessed the boys' semi-final. Okay, Nicholas Goyard keeping that second position. Kieran Badlow and Nicholas qualifying for that final. They have secured podium spots. And in finishing fourth overall in this European Championships, Nicolo Renner. Amazing result overall by him. He actually came into this day in 10th place, so he's really climbed up. He's done a really good job there. Right, and in finishing off that top 5, Luke Van Optieland. I think maybe he wouldn't have actually been hoping for a bit better. He did come into this day in 2nd place. He's finished in 5th, but it's still a pretty wicked result. Good grief, that was cool.
No, really tight, and shows the small margins between a medal and being forgotten about. You know, tough for Nicolo to take right now, but I'm sure it's a great performance for him after a difficult few events, especially at Parma.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, the conditions we have here, the racing we have here, this is just utter top tier. This is top tier. So, I mean, if you got any friends who might want to watch this, do share it around, do share the links, do show everyone, because this is sick. We've got around 25 knots still out there. We can see it's absolutely booming.
And we are waiting for the girls' finals coming up next. You know, it's going to be a showdown between Mina from Norway, from Emma Wilson representing GB, and Sharon Cantor. We haven't seen Sharon. She obviously qualified straight through in first. You know, not all great series, but yeah, maybe held up by a little equipment choice.
Yesterday for this medal race series, the top 10, actually the top 12. Well, the top 10 do get the full set of their equipment inspected, just in case, so they can show that there is no funny business going on, no cheating and all that.
No foils being played with. You know, and actually the challenge which really seemed to be, this class is very weight sensitive, and it's been about what clothing you're wearing and the conditions, and your equipment being under the weight. So there was some, the harnesses are limited to 4 kilos, but the fact is, it is still part of your safety clothing that you're wearing, and it's got to float.
Yeah, I mean, luckily, out of this top 10 yesterday, when they had their equipment checks, it was all okay. It was all done yesterday, so we could get this racing done fairly quickly. It was then all put into quarantine. No one could touch it overnight.
It's like Parc Fermé. We're going F1.
Well, there we are. It does make a huge difference. All these guys' equipment it's like their babies, like they want to keep it as safe as possible, always on them,
Yeah, definitely with an eyesight on it. Your Sam Sills is a great example. He's really controlled the controllables. He's brought his van all around Europe this year, but just to make sure that kit is kept in the van on non-race days, so he really has control of it and he can look after it as well as he can.
Yeah, another one, Luke Van Optieland. He does like to keep his equipment always on him. He doesn't like to share it around within his teammates. Always on him, trying to keep it as safe as possible. If he knows he's got the equipment, he's going to keep it and not share it around.
Sometimes when you got the winning secret,
well, there we
you
are.
keep it to yourself.
Got to keep it to yourself, innit? Good grief. There we are.
Okay, the orange flag's up for the final, so we're going to be on with the women very soon.
Women's final podium race for the Europeans IQ Foil Championships. The 2023 version is coming up. The top 3 positions will be decided in this women's. This is the men's final on the screen at the minute, but we will be going on to the women's. Oh my gosh, I don't know about all you guys, but I am extremely excited. Ali, are you excited?
I'm looking forward to it. It's always tense. I'm sure the coaches will be really sweating it out down in their boats. nervous of what might happen, but yes, we've got some great racing ahead.
Yeah, no, it is going to be awesome. We have already seen in these quarterfinals, in these semi-finals, some pretty big action, you know? I mean, all these decisions, a lot of different situations, actually. I mean, we have all points of sail, reaching, downwind, a lot of mark roundings, which does add a load of situations in there.
You know, there's a few critical points in the race. You know, the start is the big one. You know, it's your time to jump the gun and get ahead of the fleet, but also in the opposite, not start early and get disqualified from the race. That's the worst. If you're over the line and you're thrown out, you know, it's a real shame.
Yeah, no, it really is. I mean, that's it. They are pushing extremely hard on this start line, but if you are over that start, before that countdown, you are binned and out of that race. That's what this black flag means. You'll see, well, you might see, but you've probably seen before, the class flag, where that's whatever the colour that is, and then there's also a completely black flag. That means if you are over the start before the gun, you are completely binned and you are out of that race. But on the screen in a minute,
we are in sequence.
We're seeing all those boats just to the left of our screen. Those are all the coaches, all the safety boats, all the everyone helping out. All these races out here, but remember, it's just 20 races out on this course at the minute. 20 races, the top 10 girls, the top 10 men, but we are going into the women's final, the top 3, the podium race. In this race, whoever comes first will win the overall European Championships here in the Ike Foil class here in Greece. Second will come second, and in third, you guessed it, they will come in that third spot in Greece here.
We have got, and that's the 2 minutes coming up now. So we've got 2 minutes to go. We'll see the black flag raised on the committee boat just right at the shot. We're currently looking at the pin end. Seems to be where the leaders have come in the last 2 races. They've all started right close to that yellow mark, the pin end. But hopefully we can see the committee boat shortly so we can see the full start line.
In this race, in this podium, in this final race, we have Mina Mobek. Mina Mobek actually came into this last day in 7th place. So she is guaranteed that top 3 position. She will be putting everything on the line trying to get that win. In first place, this will be her first race of the day, as she did have the ticket into the final. Sharon Cantor, from Israel. She is actually under 21. She has secured, both Mina and Sharon are actually under 21. So they will be battling out for not just the senior European title, it will also be the under 21 European champion title.
These girls are so young, it makes Emma seem like the grandma.
There we are, but Emma's pretty young still, though, let's be honest. GBR Emma Wilson.
Emma's, 23 years old now, but got a lot of experience up going.
No, that's it. I mean, Emma did come into this last day in 3rd position.
Yep, so we can see them starting to set up, I believe. Just going to have a quick look at the committee boat. Yep, the black flag is down. We have got about 35 seconds to go, so they're starting to build up some speed. Everyone is now on the foil as they approach the line. Got some separation. Sharon Cantor's coming from behind. Will she come through with more speed at the end?
Remember, this race is everything on the line. These 3 on our screen at the minute will be on that podium. Who will get the win, who will come second, and who will come third? We're going to find out, but it's looking like Emma Wilson is actually in the middle there. Mina Mobek just above her, and Sharon Cantor.
It's all on the timing now.
Oh, who's going to get the best start? Oh, it's looking like if no one's over, Emma Wilson could have actually had the best start there. But Sharon
you say
Cantor,
that. Emma was closest to the line, but it's not all about that. It's about your top speed. Sharon is coming through with some speed here on the bottom.
Sharon Cantor with that yellow bib on the line. On our screens at the minute. Oh my God, she's cranking. Oh, that's so sick. She looks like she's actually really in control there. She's really putting in the work. She's got great technique going in there. Yeah. She's got the inside line into that mark just above her, Mina Mobek, and followed by Emma Wilson in that 3rd place. Oh, blimey. Coming into this reaching mark now, who will it be? Oh, Mina Mobek actually might have made some room there, but rounding in 1st place, Sharon Cantor, but Mina Mobek just behind her, maybe a couple board lengths, few board lengths is all that separates them. But Emma Wilson, she's hunting them down. She is really hunting them down. Maybe gaining some room on Mina there.
They're trying to stay, you know, as we zoom in from the drone, they're trying to stay as high up the foil as they can. It's no different to Cell GP. The higher you fly, the faster you go, but the riskier it is.
There we are. Oh, God, that's really cool. But if we could go back to the drone, it would be there. We are. Good stuff. Right. It's looking like Sharon Cantor is actually.
She's really extended there.
She really has actually a really big extension there. But she just looked back. I saw her had a cheeky look at Mina. What she's doing.
Nice jibe, but she held the mast on her rig flip. We wouldn't have that, would we?
Well, she's currently best in Europe. Oh, I mean, maybe we're changing it round, Ali. Maybe we are changing it round.
Game changer.
Oh, we can see how utterly nuking it is, though. Oh, she's looking cool, though. She's got the shades on, the style out on the water.
Really big, powerful squat, knees bending loads, really strong legs as she drives this board and keeps it under control. You know, the bull is kicking. It's really trying to fight as she goes downwind right now.
Mina just above her. She's real.
That is a big extension there. Really fast.
Sharon is really putting it on there. Where's Emma, though? Where is Emma? Could she be to the left?
I believe Emma jived early. So, yes,
right?
that's her coming back into screen now. She's obviously
Let's
gone for the lay line.
Who's going to take this second spot? Mina putting in this jibe now. Oh, jibing a bit later. It looks like Emma is actually on that lay line, though. Sharon having a nice lead in this medal race, in this final for the women.
And we see the media boat for the grey rib here following behind Emma. So that leads me to think that Mina Mabek has split from the fleet. She may have been third, but she's going to risk it everything out in that left-hand side.
Exactly. I mean, in this race, if there's only 3 in this medal race, this is the podium race, 1, 2, 3. And, Sharon Cantor is in the lead at the minute, followed by Emma, but Mina Mobek has actually gone on to the other side. But on our screen, we have the 2 girls going off onto the right.
Yeah, she's really hard. You know, Sharon is faced with some real dilemmas going into the racing. She's in the lead, she's got the speed, and she's going out to the right. But Mina is, you know, she'll be asking some questions for Sharon. Has she gone the right way? Should she be going back to the left to defend? Or should she just keep backing herself? You know, trusting her judgment and maybe, you know, what she's tactics as she went into the race to hold it out for the win.
Fairly different positions though going up on this right side though. It looks as if Emma looks like maybe more comfortable going up onto this right side.
Emma's certainly a lot more extended with her hips a lot further out, and it looks like it's allowing her to go nice and high upwind. But yeah, it's interesting. Emma's going for attack.
Both putting into this tack. This is where the positioning, where the tactics really come into play here.
Amazing tack by Sharon Cantor. You know, the foil tack isn't on the cards when it's this windy, but that was a touchdown and go, less than down for half a second, and she was off and away.
Absolutely no messing around. Sharon Cantor, she come into this she's been leading this event for a fair few days now. She will really be wanting to hold her lead and be in that first place on the podium, clutching the European title. But here we are. Emma Wilson just below Sharon. Maybe Emma is going maybe a little bit speed, but
I think she's in speed mode. She's bowed down, going as fast as she can, a little bit more can, and it will just be about that positioning on the lay line. You know,
these girls can go low mode or high mode. High mode means you go for a little bit more height upwind, a little bit more angle, but not
sail the shorter distance.
Shorter distance, but what does low mode mean then?
Low mode is fast, hit that corner really fast, and the faster you can go on your kit, the more the foil is going to be working for you. So generally, as you go fast, it will also help bring your angle up. Shame we've lost the pit. Oh no, drone's still there. It's doing it.
On our screen at the minute, we just saw on the right, that past our screen, that was the upwind mark. That is the penultimate mark here in this final, the women's final here in the European Championships. But I'm sure Mina Mobek will be coming into... Oh, good grief! Holy moly, Mina Mobek!
Left came in good. She took the risk and she's going for everything.
Mina Mobek is there. Mina Mobek is coming into this penultimate mark in first place.
That was a bullet or bust maneuver. You know, she split from the fleet. She took the risk, but obviously, you know, the quarters and the semi-finals, having won both, prove that she's got the speed, and yeah, she's got a healthy lead there.
She has got a very healthy mark, second position, followed by Emma Wilson in third. Oh my day! I can't believe Mina Mobek is actually taking the lead here. It's insane, isn't it?
You know, it's a really tricky race course, and you know that's where you get your eyes out and you see what pressure there is. You know, but she has got the speed.
I mean, Mina Mobek did come into this final day in 7th position, but currently she is in 1st place. She is on the cards for that win of the whole competition. Sharon Cantor putting in her jibe a bit earlier than the rest.
She was super fast on the last downwind, so it'll be interesting to see if she can push it, take some risks, fly nice and high, and see if she can really challenge Mina.
Sharon Cantor really making her way downwind now. Interesting position there in the background. We do have Patras. This is the location that we are at the minute in Patras in Greece for the European Championships. This is sick. It's still windy though. It is still windy. I mean, it's quite up and
breeze
down,
has come down a little bit. Looks like 23s, 22s, that sort of not. So it's not as wild as it was for the quarterfinals. But the girls are really, really taming the conditions.
It is still big though. It is still very big. On the left of our screen, that is the last mark. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the gate. So they only need to go around the left-hand mark as we see it.
Exactly.
As we see the 2 marks. So actually, the right mark is not important right now.
The left one, they will be making their way to leeward on that one for their final reach. But it's looking like Mina Mobek has kept her lead.
Sharon's coming in. It's tight.
Sharon's coming. If we can get some drone
yeah, hopefully we can swap to that bottom gate and we can see what's going on. It's out of picture right now.
Let's see it. Come on. Okay, Mina Mobek.
Jibe's complete. Mina's in the lead.
Oh no, where's Sharon? Where's Sharon?
No, you're behind. Okay, Mina's got it. She's got the European Championships.
Emma Wilson. Just taking a little explosion there. She's pushing so hard.
Yeah, banging out for Emma, unfortunately. That was a big crash and she's gone down.
Oh, mega holy moly moment there. But Mina coming across the line. She is not finished yet, but she could be taking the win in this IQ4 European Championships. Mina Mobek coming across, followed by Sharon Cantor. Oh, that's so... Oh, my days. Mina Mobek won. That's insane, isn't it?
Massive performance. Oh, and the Magic, the coach, he's gone for a swim.
He's happy.
Wow,
Everyone's happy. I think everyone is absolutely gassed. That is incredible. Magic coming onto Mina's board, taking her in the water.
Oh, there could have been a better dive there, looking back at the video. You know, not 10 points for style, but he'll be super pleased. 2 of his training group in the medal race. He's had a great week. And well done to Mina. Clinching Europeans and the under-21s.
And the under-21s. Good grief. Go, Mina Mobek.
Yeah,
wow, absolutely incredible. So, taking those top 3 positions.
All turn around.
Good grief. Taking the top 3 positions for the women in this IQ Foil European Championships 2023. Mina Mobek taking the win, taking that 1st place, followed by Sharon Cantor, and then we did see a bit of an explosion from Emma Wilson. They are pushing hard, following in that 3rd place position.
Yeah, great results for all 3 girls. I think they can be success in itself. You know, this final race, it's been up and down. It's great for us, great for the fans watching, you know, with it changing so much. But yeah, really impressive by all 3 girls.
Absolutely incredible stuff there. This is why the IQ class is just top tier. It is so incredible. I love it. I mean, I'm not even racing it out there, but I'm feeling like I'm in it. I'm feeling like I'm in it, and I'm absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Wow. That will be finished. The girls have finished their competition. The boys coming up. So here we are. The women's final has finished. The women have completed. Mina Mobek taking the win. She is on the media boat there. Luke on the boat there. I can sort of see Yulia. That's the media team on the boat there.
Yeah, that'll be that interview. You know, hopefully they give her a bit of a, you know, time to catch her breath, you know, after all that swimming and really pushing hard around the race course.
I think I'm at Bob. Unfortunately, I hope in the future I can be in that position, but what do you think we'll be going through? Well, I mean, I think when Alistair Masters, you've been in that position before.
Yeah, I don't want to, no. When it's very different, you know, successor at a junior youth, you're just the best of your age group. But actually, for Mina, it's a massive step up. I know she's been in her finals exams. She will be over the moon to have made this step up, and she'll be speechless.
Absolutely. No, the men's final is not done. The men's final is coming up next. The women have completed their competition. Top 10, well, the whole everything is decided now for those women. But the men, the top 3 men's podium race will be coming up very, very soon. Wow. If you do have any comments, any questions, do put it in the chat. We are watching it. We are trying to watch it. Well, when we don't have the racing on, the racing is pretty sick, so we are absolutely captivated on the racing. But we do have a little glance over to the comments.
We'll keep trying to get closer to the microphone. Sorry.
Here's a little question from Kian.
Yeah, so it's about the ribs and the boats. So generally, all the national federations will take their own ribs to the events, and they'll have coaches. So the organisers don't provide ribs for the competitors, because actually most nations and some of the places we visit for these events, they don't have the capacity or the infrastructure, or maybe bringing the event to a place like Patras in Greece. There's amazing windsurfing in Athens, but actually the racing side in Patras is maybe missing. So this hopefully will inspire a future generation of sailors in Patras to come and join in. So no, unfortunately right now federations bring the ribs, but I believe, I'm not sure how old you are, Kian, the IQ class is working really hard at promoting opportunities for everyone to get involved in, and for the IQ foil class Europeans coming up, there is some international open support. So if you're from a small nation and you don't have a coach yet, or you're not from your club or nation isn't representing at the event, you can still sign up and get support, and that's all. That information is available on the IQ Junior and Youth class website.
Yeah, no, it's super cool, the IQ class at the minute. Everyone is working super hard to really make this class as best as possible. I mean, at the minute, we do have the racing. We have the racing for it. This is absolutely insane racing. It's just working out all the other sides to it, all the trainings. We do have a youth class, a youth and junior class. That's on slightly different equipment, a little bit cheaper, a little bit more accessible to those younger riders. But yeah, everyone can get involved in some way or another. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just ruining Rafty's setup here right now. I'm just touching things and just making it all go wrong.
What'd you name?
Oh, I was just scrolling down the comments, mate.
Oh no, yeah.
Oh, the measure is supporting us. Oh, thanks, Javi. And yeah, no, great, well done to Mina from there.
Yeah, no, awesome stuff. Right, on our screen, the little banner, classic banners. Well done for doing all the banners. In this top three, Sebastian Kerdel, he did come into this the sixth and final day in first place. He's doing extremely well. He is our 2022 world champion, actually. So he will be wanting to win the 2023 European Championships. In second, also Kieran Badlow, Nicholas Goyard, also in this final, qualifying from that semi-final.
And your 2 minutes is up. The black flag is raised, and we are fully into sequence. The sailors are now progressing out away from the line on port tack. Okay, away from the start to build up and bring them in.
Yeah, this is awesome. Right, 2 minutes. Can I just take a quick wee? Sorry.
Oh, great. Rafty leaves me alone. Don't know if I can be trusted, but we'll see. And yeah, I think it's a good time to, as we prepare for this start, just to thank the organisers. Everyone who's made it run. Gonzalo, the class director, has obviously been doing a great job, really pushing it on, and the inclusion of Valerie and Luke has been really, instrumental in the class moving forward. And thanks to the organisers, to the Hellenic Sailing Federation and to the Patras Sailing Club. They've put a phenomenal amount of work into an effort, and it's a really big challenge to host an event like this. We're now in the final minute, so we'll hopefully come back on screen shortly. But yeah, delivering all of this, it's no easy task. So yeah, thanks to everyone who's helped put this event on, and I hope the riders and the competitors have really enjoyed it.
Right.
Rafa's back.
I'm back. That was a quick one. That was a speedy one. But I don't want to miss a single thing. So I'm back in the house. Me and Ali are currently we're in like a little hotel room at the minute, getting sorted. But
and we can see them approaching the line.
Come on, can we go back to the start?
So as I'm commenting on it.
Oh, come on, let's go to the start. Let's go to the start, please. Oh gosh, the start. Oh, okay. Lovely,
So
lovely.
They're going very slow. They
Yeah,
really slowed down. It looked like they were too early for
Maybe
this.
they're quite early, but up the top, Sebastian Kirdle. In the middle,
Really?
Nicola Renner. And at the bottom, we have Kieran Badlow. But not long to go for
How are
this
they going to
start.
drop the bow and accelerate? Oh, they're going.
Oh.
Oh, Nico Renner's pulled out, I think.
Someone's over. We see that flag on there. That's a general recall. That means someone has gone over the line. At least one.
I think this might be Kieran Badlow. Our angle wasn't good here.
Oh, there we are. Well, I guess we're going to find out. But it did look like Nicola Renner did pull out there. He did pull out.
He definitely. You know, if you do think you're over, sometimes it's worth not having that disqualification. And with one sailor likely to be removed, because obviously there might not be someone removed if there isn't actually anyone over the line and they've called a general recall by accident. Nicolo could, he guarantees himself a silver medal by pulling out of that start.
Well, that's it. Well, we will see. We will see who has the best pull-out game.
Let's not.
Sorry. That was too tempting. We will see who has actually jumped. Oh, okay. I'm getting a little bit of info going in. Who is over the start? It is Kieran Badlow. Unfortunately,
the Olympic champion is out.
The Olympic champion is out. Oh, what? That must feel utter just balls.
And crushing for the Dutchies. They were 2, 3, and 5 going into the medal race. And suddenly, this format, if you don't get it right on the day, it's stolen from you. And so that's Kieran locking in the bronze medal. He's not kicked out completely. He doesn't, he isn't 10th place because he got a black flag. He will get the bronze medal if he's over here, if he's confirmed as being over.
Yeah.
Okay. They'll just be waiting right now to be told by the committee about what's going on, and then hopefully we'll get back into another sequence. It's going to be a quiet race, though.
Yeah, I mean, just looking through the comments, it's not glide in the final. It's Nicola Renner. Yeah, it's Nicola Renner. It's Nicola Renner. It is Kieran Badlow, and it is Sebastian Kirdle.
So sorry, yeah, we're sorry about that. The confusion with Nicolo and Nico, it seems like Nicolo actually won that photo finish. So if we take ourselves a race back, those boys were super close. The results on the board might have been slightly wrong, but it's obviously Nicolo won that photo finish and he's through. So yeah, sorry for the confusion of why Nico Goya didn't make it on the photo finish. Nicolo got it.
Oh gosh, yeah, sorry. I mean, we are given basically what you can see on the screen and a few literal extra updates. We are with the tools we are getting, we are doing the absolute best we can. But a few things like that, when it's that close, things can slip. But it is. But yeah, in that semi-final, Nicola Renner did just pip it. So, okay, thanks. Yeah, sorry about that. But it is, well, I mean, we did see this first race. We can see them.
Hopefully you all keep watching, Just because the French have been knocked out or the Dutch have been knocked out, hopefully you keep listening to us.
Yeah, I mean, we've got one more race to go. This is the final for the men. Only one more to go, and we can see already mega drama. Kieran Badlow is out of this final. So it will literally be match racing. It will be only two people, only Sebastian Kirdle, only Nicola Renner in this final race. This is going to be pretty wicked.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the photo of that finish, though.
Yeah, I mean, we were watching that last. It was extremely close, wasn't it? We didn't quite have the angle to see, unfortunately, but it was.
I mean, it would be so cool if IQ racing becomes like a cycling race and they have a proper photo finish on the line. That would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no, it really, really would be cool. I mean, I've heard maybe some rumors of like some. Like the line.
There's
GPS line funky business.
Yeah,
so
there's a few companies like Varkaros and Salmon, obviously, and they have an ability to call the line with all the sailors using the GPS fixed in the same place. And when that comes in and how it's delivered could be really exciting for the delivery.
Yeah, I mean, in this competition, actually, in the slalom racing, I think on day 4, we did actually have a drone. Perfectly in line with the start, actually calling starts.
Yeah, I think it was a tricky one. They were in the line, and obviously the general recall. It's who's calling it, but it's all on the eye of the race officer. I'm not sure who's on the boat. I believe Emilio's probably our slalom course expert, with Ava the PRO on the committee boat, but they've got a pretty good eye for it.
I mean, on our screen at the minute, we do have Sharon Cantor rocking that Israeli flag. She did absolutely incredibly. She did come second. She is second overall, but straight into this men. We can see that yellow flag up on
Yeah, that means we're into sequence. We've got less than 3 minutes to go.
Countdown is on. Countdown is on. This is the last race of the whole European Championships, the last race of the whole of this 6 days.
Yeah.
Here we will be crowning
I'm
the
excited to see
2023
this.
European champion.
Yeah, and we're super excited to see this. You know, it's going to be a different medal race now. This has become a match race.
It has.
Are you backing your speed, or are you looking to slow up and outmaneuver your opponent? You know, Nicolo, he's probably the outsider here. You know, the bookies would have all the money on Basti right now. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Nicolo can pull out of his hat this week. Because coming in 10th, this is an insane performance.
It's insane, isn't it? Nicolo Renner, in the fight for the top 2, he came into this medal race series in 10th place, just getting that last spot for it. And he's made his way all the way to the front. And we're going to see if he clutches the dub. This is going to be sick. This is going to be absolutely wicked. But we also have Sebastian Kirdle. We have, in this last podium race, we have the 1st and the 10th going into this day. So it will be very, very
And that's 1 minute to go. So they're ready. They're going to be out, away from the start, probably 200-300 metres, just planning their run up. Hopefully we can flick to that angle.
That's it. I mean, we can, with Nicolo Renner and Sebastian Kirdle being in this podium race, it does actually show how high level this racing is. Anyone inside the top 10 can be...
It's insanely tight. You know, even if we look a little bit down, you know, the Tom Ruvenese, you know, he was in 11th, but there were so many great guys that were really close.
Yeah, no, it is really mad. Everyone inside this, all of these guys will be having insane results in their careers, winning multiple international competitions.
And they're approaching the line. They won't be so far away now. You know, less than 10 seconds to go to the start, I expect, from what we're seeing on the video. Where are they? They're coming. We can see the jury following behind.
Here we are.
Okay, it looks like Nicolo is committed on the top. Absolutely going. What a boy. What a boy.
Hooning down. Nicolo Renner taking the early lead.
You know what? He's twin strapping. He's in both straps. What a legend.
He's getting a lead on here. He's actually building a lead on Sebastian Kirdle just behind. He's in both straps. He's absolutely cranking in this mega win. The wind has definitely picked back up, and then we're 25 knots there for sure.
He's full send there, isn't he? Definitely full send and really driving forward.
This is pure, it's hashtag full send, like literally, but followed just behind him, Sebastian Kirdle. But what will this mean? I mean, as there's only...
That's a big gap, you know. That's 25 metres.
It really is. Holy
Nicolo's going for it, you know. Why not? He's got nothing to lose.
Absolutely nothing.
He can take the risk, and the boy's got a lot of hours on the foil under his legs, so he knows how to push it.
That's it. But, I mean, in this position, as Nicolo Renner has already taken a lead, what will we see he do? What will we see him do here?
I think he's just going to try and go as fast as he can and set himself up nice and early for the ley line. Basti already had a good angle, slightly in. But yeah, we can see Nicolo's really controlling this point. And then the next bit, as a bit of a, you know, he wants to set himself up to go round the gate in the same direction as Basti. Basti will be desperately trying to get that separation unless he thinks he's got the speed to blow over him.
Exactly. It is a really, really interesting situation we have on the cards in here. In this final, these top 2 deciding who wins, who comes second in this whole competition in this race at the minute on our screens. Nicolo Renner having a very, very healthy lead on Sebastian Kirdle here at the minute.
He's really extending.
We can see everything can change. We did see in the girls' final, Mina Mobek went off onto a different side and she did come out on top. So we will see what these 2 boys in this final will do.
And it really shows the value of getting experience out on the race course, just being race ready.
It really is.
Coming all the way from the quarters, you feel comfortable in the conditions, you know how the start's setting up. Sometimes you have the edge. We saw Charlie Dixon, the Youth World Champion back in Brest, seal it at the Europeans that way as well.
That's it. But Nicolo Renner going off onto the right side, followed by Sebastian Kirdle.
They've gone the same way.
On the same way. Sebastian Kirdle putting in these bumps. Looks like he's actually maybe had slightly better mark rounding there.
Slightly blurry footage, but yeah, really nice angle out the leeward mark, getting his rig well away, so he's holding up. Nicolo's a bit under pressure now, and it will be a test of
goodness.
his speed. He's got to go for it.
This is absolutely tense. This is clutch. Nicolo Renner in this first place, in the winning position at the minute. But remember, it can all change. Big bit of chop there. Holy moly, this is big conditions at the minute. Also, we can see it's a little gusty as well. I mean, we've got the massive swell, big waves, and we also have big wind.
Yeah, really unstable breeze, which caused them to move around quite a bit as they stay as close as they can. But, you know, looking at how that first downwind went, Nicolo was on fire. Even if
really
Basti's sailing great upwind, you know, that cant and that body position is amazing.
He's just locked.
But you've got to think Nicolo's going to take some risks. Whoa, crazy angle change by Basti. That was a bit of a lift.
Maybe a bit of a switch, a bit of a gust going on here. And Sebastian Kördel putting in attack there. Would that be the right place to attack? Maybe he's tagged on a lift there. Maybe.
Certainly wasn't a full attack though, was it?
Yeah, well, that's it. Well, we'll see how it goes. He's still putting in those pumps to try and get the optimal VNG upwind. But we'll see how it goes. Sebastian Kördel cranking up wind on the third last leg of the race. They're about halfway through this final already, but he's cruising. He's got the consistent high on the foil, consistent speed. The German is cranking.
Yeah, this is great work from the cameraman here, keeping us in the shot. Obviously, I think the drones are really struggling now this breeze has picked back up.
Yeah, it is. I mean, with this picture, we can see it really has picked back up. It is well into the 20s now, mid-20s for sure, but they are cranking upwind. They're going super hard on our screens at the minute. The 2022 world champion, can he be the 2023 European champion as well? We will see, but it looked like Nicolo Renner did have a lead on Sebastian Kördel here, but remember, Sebastian did actually put in attack when
a little bit earlier,
a little bit earlier, but it also looked like there was a bit of a lift going on there.
Yeah, he came up. I think he probably felt a bit of increased pressure and just pulled his angle up and made a bit more space.
Coming into view now, though, Nicolo Renner coming across the screen.
This is the big call. So he's about to tag for the lane line. Basti's tagged.
Basti's tagged.
Nicolo's gone a lot further there.
He's gone a lot. He's taking it safe. Not quite the quickest tag going on there. He's being safe again. Sebastian Kördel.
He's well forward though. You know, the camera might fall short on that, but he's got a 15-20 metre lead.
I don't know. That's not much at all, you know. Anything can change there. Sebastian Kördel catching him. He is really putting on the gas. He's going a bit lower, actually, we see there. He's gone for
now we want to see Basti send it. We want plus 30 downwind here for sure. As quick as you can possibly go.
30 knots, let's pushing it. They are. I mean, but there we are.
Really low angle inside here. You know, he's really split away and he's already jived to make Nicolo co-chase him.
Yeah, make him maybe put some mind games on it. But it looked to me as if Nicolo Renner did actually accelerate. Maybe made a bit of a stronger lead there, but at this angle we can't see how the depth of they can go.
They're really separate. They're already 200 meters probably apart on this downwind.
Right, Sebastian Kördel making his way down. Oh, it's big. It's so windy. I mean, Sebastian Kördel, how big is he? He's a mega big dude.
And he's got the longest arms.
That's it. But even for him, it's looking big. You know, absolutely big.
As we look out the window, they look neck and neck. There's a gap between them, but it's really going to be in pressure.
Oh, this is
Who is going to push it hardest to keep the lead, you know?
This is so sick, but it's looking like Nicolo Renner could actually be in the lead. We're looking at this. This is the last mark. After this, they will be going for their final reach towards the finish. Nicolo Renner. I mean, I'm
looking for a final jibe and then hold it all the way.
He's looking for that win. He's looking the win. He's
tight
trying to
line.
get this European title. He came into this final day in 10th place. Could he take the win overall in this European Championships? Sebastian Kördel is just behind him. Well, I mean, he's got a fair few lead, but this last reach will be absolutely close. What will be going through Nicolo's mind right now, Ali?
I think, as you can see, on his first reach, he was sending it. Twin strapping, really committing low, whereas now he's just trying to be safe and survive, but make progress to the mark.
It is so windy out there. I mean, even Nicolo, they're big boys. Foot at the back strap. Nicolo Renner coming towards the line now. Could it be going all right? He's coming towards. He's
done it.
Nicolo Renner, the hand up. Nicolo Renner has taken the European title. How is that happened?
Unbelievable.
Sebastian Kördel just following behind with that yellow bib in that second place. Italy, 150. Nicolo Renner taking the win here in Greece for the European Championships. Wow, Sebastian Kirdle just behind in that second place. Sebastian Kirdle was leading this week for a while actually, but he comes second in the end. In that third place overall, we did see Kieran Bando just jump the start before, so he will be in that third place position. Wow, Ali. Wow, wow, wow.
Unbelievable racing, and just showed if you're willing to take the risk and push it hard on those starts, you can put yourself in the lead and control at Mark 1 to wrap up the race. And Nicolo smashed every start today. Some amazing sailing.
I mean, that's it. I think this shows a big life lesson here. Don't give up, you know. Nicolo Renner did come into this.
He was deep after 2 or 3 days of this event.
He was deep, you know. He was deep. He came into this medal race, into this last day in 10th place. And look where he's ended up. He's won the European title. He is the European IQ foil men's European champion. Wow.
Yeah. Here in Patras, it's been a great event. You know, the wind has blown. It's been the windiest event I can remember in a long time, and it's really pushed the sailors. I'm sure they'll all really enjoy their break and actually, you know, celebrate having sailed really well this week.
This is, I mean, I have absolutely loved this. It's, God, I mean, a lot has happened again. A lot has happened. The IQ class is just filled with action, filled with just drama, and I'm absolutely loving it. This is so sick. We have the media boat. Nicolo, no doubt, taking a little interview. I think he'll be utterly, he'll be ready to party, I think. He'll be ready to party.
Oh, I'm sure they'll be on it. And I'm 100% sure Rafferty will be joining them.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Ali, I will certainly be joining all of them.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of fun to be had. And thank you everyone for listening today. You know, it's been great to support Rafferty. It's been a hard week for him on the commentary. You know, you are very much at the mercy of what the producers provide you and what the facilities are available in that live streaming. But he's done a great job, and I've really enjoyed coming to help him out. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ali. No, I really, really do appreciate you joining me today. It has been amazing, and I'm so happy I've been able to witness this with you. It's been awesome. Thank you so much for helping me out.
Great days racing. Big thanks to the sponsors who made the event happen. Hellenic Sailing Federation, all their sponsors, Supercargo, and the Patras Yacht Club, and then the IQ class for keep pushing forward and making these events better and better. You know, we want to be the best sailing nation when it comes to the Olympics. It's to be the most exciting. The outcome, you know, people are asking about it. Did we expect it? I mean, no, you've got to expect the unexpected. You know, if we were betting, we'd have probably lost a bit of money today.
Certainly
but
would.
Nicolo has executed, and Mina Mabek also similarly really got it right today. And they showed that on the day they were the best people and deserve to be our European champions.
It really does show, isn't it? It is just, it's awesome. I love it. It's absolutely awesome. Kian, thank you so much. You've been joining us all week. Thank you so much, Kian. I really hope we'll have some live streams in the future for some more competitions.
And thank you, Brian. I think you're a Kiwi following it from a long way away. So yeah, hope you can get back to sleep and have an easy one. It's been so good to have so many nations here at this event. Really competitive fleet, and can't wait to the next one.
There we are. No, and thank you everyone still watching at the minute. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have had another amazing last day here at an IQ foil competition. This class is amazing. I love it. I mean, in my opinion, could it be the best sailing class in the Olympics?
Probably.
It is. In my opinion, it certainly is. It is. And this today shows it. Today really does show it. Just got Nicolo Renner, our new European 2023 European champion.
Cruising home.
He's having a cruise. He's having some fun. I mean, the awesome thing about this, all these guys, they're still having fun. I mean, after the racing, they still go out.
Everyone will be heading back. They're heading back to the Porto Rio now. Hotel, which has hosted everyone through this event, and there'll be really good vibes on shore.
It's party time. It's party time. It is awesome.
Thank you to all the sponsors. This is the perfect time for the banner.
There we are. The banner is back. The banner is back.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, everyone. Hopefully, I'll be all seeing you soon. I'm Rafferty Reed.
I'm Ali Masters.
Thank you so much. See you soon. I love it.
Sick, dude. Well done.
Oh, that was so sick.